Right now, as you watch this video, half of you are making a silent physiological mistake. You think you are just breathing. You think it is a harmless background habit. But the horrifying truth is, this tiny subconscious action is slowly redesigning the bone structure of your skull. It is actively starving billions of your neurons of oxygen. And the multi-billion-dollar medical industry rarely talks about it because there is no pill to fix it. I am talking about mouth breathing. Today, I am going to expose the biological mechanics of how breathing through your mouth is silently destroying your face, your sleep, and your brain. And more importantly, I will show you a simple biological miracle, a complete reset button that you can press tonight to reverse this damage for free. So, let us start with the physical mirror. Imagine your face melting slowly over a decade. It sounds like a horror movie, but this is a documented clinical reality known as adenoid face or long face syndrome. You might look at old photos and wonder why your jawline is not as sharp as it used to be, or why your chin seems to be receding. You probably blame your genetics or getting older. But the cruel truth is, it is all about your tongue posture and your physiological barriers. When you breathe through your nose, your mouth is closed and your tongue rests naturally against the roof of your mouth. This might seem trivial, but from a biomechanical standpoint, your tongue is a powerful muscle acting as the core architectural support for your upper jaw. It expands the palate, keeps your teeth straight, and pulls your lower jaw forward into a strong, defined position. But what happens when you open your mouth to breathe? The tongue drops. Instantly, the structural scaffolding collapses. Without that constant upward pressure from the tongue, the upper jaw begins to narrow. The facial bones grow downward instead of forward. The eyes start to look tired and droopy. Over years of this silent facial collapse, your airway actually shrinks, making it even harder to breathe. You are trapped in a vicious cycle. Yet the structural damage to your face is just the tip of the iceberg. Here is the craziest part. The real tragedy is happening at a molecular level. Your nose is not just two holes in your face meant to filter out dust. It is a highly complex biochemical factory. When you inhale through your nasal passages, you activate a cellular reaction that is nothing short of a biological miracle. Your paranasal sinuses produce a magic molecule called nitric oxide. This is not a folk remedy. This is a biochemical reaction at the cellular level. Nitric oxide is a potent vasodilator. That means it dramatically expands your blood vessels, allowing oxygen to flood into your bloodstream and reach your organs with incredible efficiency. Nasal breathing increases oxygen absorption by up to 20% compared to mouth breathing. Furthermore, nitric oxide acts as the ultimate physiological barrier. It is an antiviral and antibacterial gas that sterilizes the air before it ever reaches your lungs. It is your body's first line of defense, a relentless cleaning machine that purges pathogens with every breath. But what happens when you breathe through your mouth? You completely bypass this entire system. You shut down the nitric oxide factory. You are actively denying your cardiovascular system the essential molecular keys it needs to function optimally. You are pulling cold, unfiltered, unsterilized air directly into your delicate lung tissue. And without nitric oxide, your blood vessels remain constricted. Your heart has to pump harder. Your blood pressure rises, and most devastatingly, your brain is starved of the premium oxygen flow it desperately needs to maintain cognitive sharpness. You are essentially suffocating yourself on a cellular level. Despite taking massive gulps of air, let us dive deeper into the daily consequences of this trap. Have you ever woken up after a full 8 hours of sleep feeling like you were hit by a truck? Your mouth is completely dry, your breath smells terrible, and your brain is wrapped in a thick fog. You might reach for a large coffee thinking it is just a normal part of modern life. It is not. That morning exhaustion is a direct symptom of cellular oxygen deprivation. When you sleep with your mouth open, your body is in a state of low-grade panic. Because the airway is compromised, the brain perceives this as a constant threat of suffocation. Instead of diving into deep, restorative sleep cycles where cellular healing takes place, your nervous system is trapped in survival mode. The multi-billion-dollar sleep aid industry wants to sell you pills, white noise machines, and expensive mattresses. But they refuse to tell you that the root cause of your sleep apnea, your snoring, and your daytime exhaustion is a mechanical failure of your breathing apparatus. Your nose is the gold standard for respiration, period. To ignore it is to blindly throw away your evolutionary advantage. We are the only species on Earth that chronically breathes through the wrong airway. Think about that for a second. You would never see a cheetah panting through its mouth while resting. You would never see a horse running a race with its jaw hanging open. Yet, we humans sit at our desks, staring at screens with our mouths ajar, unknowingly inviting biological chaos into our systems. What happens when you bypass this physiological barrier day after day, year after year? Systemic collapse. Let us look at what is silently destroying your brain while you sleep. When you breathe through your mouth, you trigger a biochemical reaction that forces your nervous system into the sympathetic state, commonly known as fight or flight. Your brain thinks you are constantly running from a predator. Because of this, it pumps out cortisol, a stress hormone that acts as a slow neurotoxin when elevated chronically. This is the brutal truth. While you are dreaming, your brain is drowning in biological waste. Why? Because the continuous stream of cortisol prevents your body from fully activating the glymphatic system. This system is the ultimate cleaning machine of your brain, designed to wash away toxic proteins and dead cells during deep sleep. But mouth breathing blocks this profound cellular reset. You wake up with a brain full of garbage, which you experience as brain fog, poor memory, and an overwhelming sense of fatigue. You are quite literally aging your brain faster than nature intended. But there is a biological miracle waiting to be activated. A reset button that you can press tonight to reverse this damage and revive your entire system. It is time to wake up and take control of your autonomic nervous system. The gold standard for physiological restoration is surprisingly simple, and it does not cost a single penny. It comes down to two biomechanical interventions that will fundamentally rewire your body. First, you must master proper tongue posture, a technique often referred to as mewing. Right now, close your mouth. Take your entire tongue, not just the tip, and press it flat against the roof of your mouth. Your lips should be sealed gently, and your teeth should lightly touch or hover just millimeters apart. This is the resting posture of human excellence. By holding this position, you are mechanically forcing your jaw to expand and move forward over time. You are rebuilding the structural integrity of your face and opening up your airways. It will feel unnatural at first because your facial muscles have become weak and lazy. But with conscious practice, this will become your new biological default. You will literally reshape the physical boundaries of your skull just by utilizing the correct muscle tone. This is the ultimate biological life hack. However, the real challenge happens when you lose consciousness at night. You can control your tongue while you are awake, but how do you stop your jaw from dropping when you sleep? This leads us to the second most crucial step, which is the clinical gold standard for sleep optimization. Mouth taping. Yes, you heard me correctly. Taking a small piece of porous medical-grade tape and sealing your lips shut before you go to bed. The sleep industry hates this simple trick because it works better than their expensive gadgets and endless prescriptions. By physically taping your mouth closed, you forcefully divert all airflow through your nasal passages. You instantly reignite the nitric oxide factory. You push your body out of the stressful fight or flight mode and drop it into the parasympathetic state, the realm of rest and digest. Imagine what happens inside your body on the very first night you try this. As you pull oxygen through your nose, nitric oxide floods your bloodstream, dilating your vessels and lowering your blood pressure. Your heart rate slows down to a calm, steady rhythm. Your brain, finally receiving the pure, sterilized, high-octane oxygen it has been craving, sinks into the deeper stages of restorative sleep. The glymphatic system turns on, acting as a perfect biological sweeper, flushing out the toxic plaque and metabolic waste from your neural pathways. You are no longer surviving the night. You are healing at the molecular level. You are resurrecting your cells. Your entire immune system gets a massive upgrade because the nasal mucosa is successfully trapping every microscopic invader before it can penetrate your defenses. Breathing is not just about moving air in and out of your lungs. It is the fundamental language your body uses to communicate with your nervous system. Your nose was designed for breathing. Your mouth was designed for eating and speaking. It is a harsh truth, but confusing the two is a recipe for physical deformation and cognitive decline. But now you have the knowledge to fix it. Tonight, when you lay your head on the pillow and prepare to drift into unconsciousness, you face a critical choice. Will you leave your mouth open, inviting biological chaos and starving your brain of oxygen? Or will you seal your lips, activate your physiological barrier, and let your body perform its natural healing miracle? The power to rewrite your biology is quite literally right under your nose. If you found this medical truth eye-opening and want to continue uncovering the scientific secrets that the multi-billion-dollar industries are hiding from you, please subscribe to the channel and support our work. Your body is a masterpiece, and it is time you learned how to truly take care of it.